All that remains is for you to decide what you want from this war.
We've come to die for the Dragon Queen.
Very good. We've got more lands to hunt.
Look to the sky. Doom and ruin surround us.
There will be no doubt who the gods have chosen to rule.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Green and Black. I am Mike. That is Justin. And Justin, I have one question for you. What have you done? What have you done, Justin?
Oh, come on, Mike. Mike, you're triggering me already. You are triggering me. That scene. I mean, they have to get an Emmy after that. After that scene.
100%. We just agree that they're just going to get all the Emmys right now?
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. There will be fire and blood if that does not happen.
Seriously. All right, so we are here to look at Season 3, Episode 2 of House of the Dragon, Queen's Landing. And as always, there may be spoilers.
Stop it! You're spoiling it! You're spoiling everything!
Dun-dun-dun.
Dun, 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 dun. So, what's your overall impression here, buddy?
Oh, Mike, I don't know what's going on, but we are eating good. You feel like if anything could top last week's episode, they decided to bring up this episode. It was so good. Another excellent episode. Honestly, probably one of the top. I feel like so far, like my favorite episodes of the series have been these two. And I like season 1 a lot. But there's a lot of depth, a lot of emotional depth, a lot of turmoil, a lot of drama. I finally love how they finally just said, okay, enough is enough. Let's just get straight to business. And they flew to King's Landing. Daemon did his thing. Rhaenyra did her thing. And a lot of shocks, a lot of twists. And of course, a wonderful end to a horrible character.
That is very true, and we are going to get to all of it. And I agree with you. I think that Game of Thrones has always been at its best when it deals with characters over action. I mean,
yes.
the action is great, but the character work is really what sets all of these shows apart, I think. And there was a lot of that going on. I mean, Emma Darcy, they were at a completely different level. Coming at what was going on with Rhaenyra, because I can't even wrap my head around what was going on and the amount of emotion that was coming out.
Oh man,
of that actor and the amount of snot that was coming out of that actor.
That was just so disgusting, man.
How could you? How could you do this?
How could you do this to me? You answer me. How could you do this?
But I allowed it. Mike, I said, I don't deal with a lot of fluids, especially with snot. But I said, for this performance, we're gonna allow it. They really put the whole foot into that performance,
Yeah.
and just seeing the whole, excuse me, seeing the whole different levels of grief. You see the denial, you see the bargaining, you see the shock, you see the anger, all within that scene right then and there, man. It was so powerful. It was so uncomfortable for me, Mike, just to watch it because you just know what's happening. But at the same time, I had to watch it because it was just so fascinating.
Yeah, and you put it out, she just went literally through the stages of grief, It's just talking to Jace as if he's still there, as if he's going to answer her, getting mad at him for doing this to her, just everything, and then just going nuts on poor Sir Laurent. although
I was
he dug his own grave with that one.
Yeah.
You know, she was especially like the part where she's like, where he's like, he offers her his life, and he says his life is forfeit, and she's like, "What good would that do?"
Yeah.
And
Go
then,
make
but then as
something
she's
like that.
leaving to go to King's Landing, she's like, "Let Sir Lawrence choose his own death."
Yes.
So I guess she's made up her mind, and I was talking to my wife about it a little while ago, and I said I think what her deal is she's turned the corner, and she does not want to be like this, like sympathetic, womanly, soft-hearted person anymore. So just she wants to be the ruler. She wants to be kingly, and so just the fact that at that moment that she had turned from, okay, maybe I'll find a way to let Sir Laurent live, to like, no, let's my sympathies will extend to he gets to pick how he dies.
Yeah. Well, I think you hit it on the nail right then and there. We're seeing a change. I think with this series, when you lose something very precious to you, like the thing that's holding you together, all hell's broke loose. And I'm excited as someone who has not read the book but watched Game of Thrones to see.
Right.
And I always do a case study with Cersei Lannister and how it's always mentioned that the only thing that was holding her sane, and she was crazy as it is, was her children. There's a funny meme about that too, but I'll say it another time. The fact that she went crazy, and I feel that's the same thing with Rhaenyra. Like, I think she does have other children, but those two closest to her was obviously Jace and Lucerys. Her strong boys. And now the fact that they're gone, oh man. Oh man, I'm
Well,
wondering to
yeah.
see some blowing up of like the Sep type of stuff.
I mean, there is supposed to be another strong boy,
Yes, there is
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
So we
Joffrey.
haven't seen him a lot, but
I agree. I mean, I don't. Again, I don't. I haven't read the books. I'm assuming that now he's obviously the heir. Now, after Rhaenyra, it will be him. If we're still going with Team Black, so I do believe that we're probably gonna see him sometime soon. I wonder if any time is. I don't think any time has changed because I think the whole events of the Dance of the Dragon is like very short time wise. So that's gonna be very interesting just to see. He does have a dragon. The dragon is very small, so I'm very
yeah,
curious to see how that's gonna be.
yeah. Okay, so we've got that, the scene where they bring Jace home, and I thought it was really interesting that it was like the Dragon Keepers were the ones who carried him, I guess, because he's a dragon rider. He gets special treatment from them.
Interesting.
And
Didn't know
I thought it
that.
was also interesting, like Baela had brought him, like, how'd she get him up on the dragon? I don't know, but
Maybe,
um
yeah,
but whatever, so Baela brings him home, and I want to talk about Baela a little bit later, but she brings him home, and then they carry him in, and now Rhaenyra is, she's facing, and like I said, Emma does this amazing job through there, and it's really kind of, heartbreaking,
yeah,
and as a parent, I'm watching this and I'm like, oh man, like I understand what, this heartbreak that she's having, and this
yeah,
what this is doing to her, because she's lost Luke, she's lost Jace, and and she makes that statement about, like, I've killed this war's killed two of my sons so I could sit on the throne made of swords. She's starting to realize the cost of everything, I guess.
yeah. I feel like, so excuse me. Sound like a high school kid right there. Sorry, Mike. Make sure you edit that, please. I feel like when it comes to just the throne itself, it comes at a great cost. I was talking to somebody earlier. It reminds me of like that once again with Thanos. Thanos had, in order for Thanos to get like the Infinity Stone, or at least the Soul Stone, he had to give up something that was very important to him, which was what was her
Right.
name?
Yeah.
It's Gamora. And I'm like, at the end of the day, like he got what he wanted, but he could see it in his face. It cost him a lot.
Right.
I mean, I think it's slightly different.
And Clint had to give up Natasha.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. Oh, yes. Rest in peace. And it's true. And it's like, in order for you to move forward to your goal and whatnot, you have to do that. And it's like, it's a great question to ask. Like, for your ultimate goal or for your power or for your game, are you willing to give up or sacrifice that's important to you? You know? You can even kind of argue a little bit even with Spider-Man, with Ben Parker. I don't think Spider-Man would have been Spider-Man if Ben Parker didn't die, you know? But that's to the point. Like, going back to Rhaenyra, I don't think Rhaenyra is gonna be. I think she's going to be. Oh, I'm trying to say this. She's gonna be the queen that she's gonna be because of the loss. You know, I think Daemon said to her best, "Don't let their lives be in vain. Like, really, let this be a motivating factor for you, if anything."
Right. Exactly. 100%.
Yeah. I don't know if he should have said it at that time. Like, it was kind of still type of fresh. But, you know, I mean, it worked. Ultimately, it worked. Like, the next scene, she's out of bed. It's just about business.
Right. Well, yeah. I kind of want to. Let's talk about that a little later. I kind of want to go through it, you know, kind of in order. So the next thing, and this will be the one thing that's really still annoying me, is Rhaena.
That was a crazy scene.
Bringing Sheepstealer back to the Vale and is like trying to get Jane Eyre to protect her.
Yeah.
And, you know, Lady Jane wants no part of it.
Absolutely. I agree with her.
I agree with her 100% too.
Like,
but
did you not do what you just did?
What's that?
Oh, no. I'm just acting like her. Like, she's like, how she told Rhaena, like, that your dragon, well, she didn't know at the time that your dragon, Rhaenyra's son is dead. Who did that? Who did that?
Right. Yeah. So I'm wondering though, like, how did Jane know about Jace already? If Rhaena, like, those ravens must be really quick.
You know, those ravens like the gossip, man. Ooh, let me have this cane. I got some things to do.
Either that or Sheepstealer took a couple of detours. You know,
sure did.
Like Sheepstealer's flying. He's like, do. Oh, sheep!
It passed by fast. She thought she was.
Go ahead.
No, I think I was going to say Lady of the Vale. She thought she was crazy.
Yeah.
Coming back here, leaving the kids, leaving what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
you're supposed to be watching the kids. You're supposed to be with your brother, with your nephews, and you're off on this dragon causing all kinds of ruckus.
Yeah,
and
well
obviously causing, you know, the death of the crown prince. And I don't want anything to do with you. But then Rhaena's like, well, like, oh, but, you know, I have a dragon and Vhagar's out there. Like, what are you going to do against Vhagar?
Yes.
You and your dopey looking dragon. What are you going to do? How are you going to protect the Vale?
Exactly. She had nothing to say. That was a wild scene.
Yeah. And again, it just really annoys me that this is not Nettles and this is not, you know, the way the story's supposed to go. And I'm wondering if they're gonna do like some kind of continue to mold their storylines, because in the book, like, Nettles gets with Daemon, and Daemon like kind of takes Nettles under his wing, and like it says, like, he dotes on her like a daughter, and So I'm just wondering if like they're gonna like try to slot her into that where she's gonna reconnect with Daemon and then Daemon's gonna like try to work with her, to get her more competent on the dragon and all this stuff like that. Um,
I can see that happening,
yeah,
especially since that's his daughter in the show.
right.
He's gonna have a
So
soft spot, and he's probably
yeah.
he's gonna be. On one hand, he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be sad. I think he's gonna be actually low key happy, filled with pride that his daughter was able to claim a dragon.
Oh yeah, I could see him definitely digging that. But right now they don't know who it
They
is who
don't.
is riding the dragon.
They know it's
So
sheep stealer though.
they know it's Sheep Stealer, but they don't know who the rider is.
Yeah, I think I think Baela knows.
You think Bayless figured that out?
I don't think so. If Rhaena was able to see, or then again, Rhaena knows. She just knows because of the dragon. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think it's interesting. Originally I was thinking of Baela did know and she's keeping a secret from Rhaenyra. But maybe she doesn't know. I have to probably rewatch that scene from episode 1
Yeah.
again.
I'm thinking at this point that she doesn't know yet.
She doesn't know at this point. Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. She hasn't figured this out.
I do think that Rhaenyra, once they do find out, it's going to definitely cause some tension between Rhaenyra and Daemon
Right.
because Rhaenyra is probably going to want some type of consequence, punishment, for Rhaena.
She does. She does. She tells Damon, she's like, I want, when Damon gets there, she's like, I want you to find them.
Yeah. And when Daemon does
And
find
that's not go find them and invite them to dinner. That's go find them, because
Yeah.
they think because Sheepstealer came in and was like burning all of the Valerian boats, they're thinking that
Team
whoever
Green.
the rider is a green.
Yeah, I can see, I can definitely see that. Oh man.
So then we wind up in the Riverlands and we see that another battle that we've caught the end of. This one's definitely the fish feed. And we talked about last week that the battle at the end of the battle, that was the battle of the Red Fork. That was the one where Jason Lannister was killed. This is the fish. This is the end of the fish feed, which is another big Rivermen Northmen victory, and they're singing songs and they're having a good time. I don't know if you noticed, but when they were singing the songs, there was a woman with them, with the Northmen, with the Rivermen, who was there. She sang a verse. She had like her eyes painted black.
Yes.
Okay, keep your eye on her.
Okay.
So this is Alysanne Blackwood. She's known as they call her Black Alley, and she's a really fierce warrior. She's an archer. She's responsible. She does some really crazy stuff going through this story.
Really?
Yeah. And then she will wind up at the end of this thing. She'll wind up married to Kragan Stark.
The guy we met in season 2.
Right, the guy that Jace went to go see at Winterfell at the Wall.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he's the Warden of the North, and he's the one who sent the Greybeards down. And he's got a lot to do towards the end of the story. But Alysanne is she's a pretty key figure, and they kept her kind of low key, just like a little background player. I think we're going to wind up seeing a bit from her, so keep an eye on that one.
I think I will. That's interesting. I'm really processing what you're saying right now because they just randomly put her. I think she was in the first episode. I think, like in the background.
Yep, she was. She came with the Rivermen.
Yeah, And then, like you said, then she actually gave her a speaking role this episode. But there was no proper introduction, so I'm glad you said that. I will be paying attention to her and seeing what's going to go on.
And then Daemon obviously gets the word that about Jason,
Yeah.
and he is summoned back to King's Landing, and so he gives his directions to Oscar Tully and to Roddy Dustin, and to continue to go and continue to fight. And then he goes to take his leave, but of course he runs into Alice Rivers first, who decides that she just wants Harrenhal.
She doesn't want nothing much. She just wants to, hear it all of
The
it.
second biggest castle in all of Westeros. Yeah, I'll just take that.
And he called her like it is. Like, you have no name, no title. He's went down the list. What makes you think? He said, we'll see what we can do. That's basically what he says. We'll see what we can do. And she was all like, oh, you offer me food, but give me rubies instead or something like that?
Yeah, she says, I asked for food and you offer me rubies. It was. And
I will
also,
speak with her. Perhaps there is some other reward she may extend your way.
Some other reward. I ask for food and you offer me rubies. For all they're worth, they will never satisfy my hunger. Go home, Daemon.
Do not come back here. Remember what I told you?
That was deep. She says, I'm hungry.
and also noticed the shit. It was like a really quick thing. She said, I've lived here all of my long life.
Oh.
It's like she's almost like Melisandre, Missandei. It's like we don't know how old she is.
She's got magic to keep her young.
Yeah, and she may be connected to Harrenhal in a way, because don't forget Harrenhal's right next to the God's Eye, and which is the big lake, and with the island in the middle. That's the island that faces where the weirwood trees come from.
Okay.
So there's a lot of deep magic flowing around in that area. So she may very well be connected to that area, which is why she wants Harrenhal, because she wants it in her control, because it's always been in somebody else's control, whether it was
the Strongs,
whether it was whether it was Harren the Black, or it was Targaryens, or it was the Strongs, or whoever was the Lord of Harrenhal as it was given out,
right?
And she's been there all along. Then I could see where she would just kind of want to control it herself, so to speak. But like you said, Daemon's like, you're a nobody. We're not going to give you this castle. That's just not going to happen.
I wonder how that's going to play out.
Yeah. Well, and don't forget what she says to him, right? She says, don't come back here. Remember what I said.
Oh, he's going to come back.
Which is that prophecy that she told him in the first season, in the dream, where she said, you will die in this place.
Oh. Oh. Oh, man.
So she's telling like, don't come back or you're going to die here.
I hope he doesn't come back then.
What fun would that be?
That is true. That is true. Curiosity killed the cat. So, I'm with curiosity right now. And you got me thinking about, because I was talking to my friend earlier, and I just know And guys, I don't think that this is a spoiler because I haven't read the books. I'm just going based off of the evidence is given to me from the show. You know that Daemon and Aemon are very much parallel to each other, and despite them being parallel, their paths will be crossed. Oh, so be perpendicular then. That they're gonna have the paths crossed, and I think there might be a big battle. This is my thing. With them together at Harrenhal. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I don't want to know if I'm right or wrong. That's just my
Okay,
speculation.
I will not at this point. I will not tell you if you're right or wrong.
Okay, thank you. But I will come back in the future, Mike.
You will come back in the future, and we will discuss the final disposition of both of those fine gentlemen.
Yes. Thank you.
And so I want to go to basically, honestly, this part is maybe my favorite part of the whole episode. And we were talking about, like I talked about at the top, like how I think like the best thing that Game of Thrones does is when they dive into characters. And
Yes.
for me, like this scene with Alyn and Baela as they're looking for Corlys and really starting to kind of open up with each other.
Oh yes.
And Baela saying that she's tired of losing people.
That side of him, I know. You.
I will not say so yet.
And you're betrothed.
We were children together.
Yeah.
I'm tired of losing people.
That was power. I thought that was very powerful. They be giving Baylor some powerful quotes and some powerful sayings from like last season with the Salt and Sea reference.
Right.
And then her saying this, I'm just tired of losing people. I think that was powerful to just let his name is Alan, right?
Alyn, yeah.
I think that was
yeah, that's Alyn.
Okay, Al, yeah. I think that was powerful just to let him know that, to me, he is being accepted into the family. Like,
Right.
you have a member of, like, the royal portion of it say, like, I see you, and not only do I see you, I acknowledge you, and that, I don't want to lose somebody like you in this moment. We've been through so much already as a family. She really has. She lost people left and right. Now's not the time to be losing more people.
Yeah, and if you think about like what Baela's gone through, like the people that she trusts, right? Because I don't think she particularly trusts Rhaenyra.
No.
But the
She's
people that
expensive, but yeah.
Yeah, but the people that she trusts, her sister, her father,
her mother,
her betrothed, her mother, her grandmother.
Yeah.
They're all and I mean, obviously Daemon and Rhaena are still around, but Rhaena's taken off.
Yeah.
She doesn't have Rhaena around. Daemon is off doing whatever Daemon stuff.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen him in a long time. Her mother's gone, her grandmother's gone, Jace is gone.
Yeah.
And I don't know like where she stands with her grandfather, but I think, like you said, I think she wants to start to bring this family together because it's really all that she has left. And I think she sees like the way that like she and her sister were treated versus the way that like
Jason
the way that like Alan and Adam have been treated.
That's interesting. So she might think she's more empathetic about that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, like what's the difference really? And so I think she's really like invested in bringing them together. Can I give you a spoiler? I don't know if I want to. It's a good spoiler.
Go ahead.
Okay. So at the end of this, Baela and Alyn wind up getting married.
I felt like what you said, can't give you a spoiler, that was the first thing that came into my head. That's bittersweet, man.
It is.
Because, oh, bro, I was really a Baela and Jace type of person. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I was really rooting for them. I mean, I'm not mad. I can see. I mean, because let me see. She is. Wait, no, that's his uncle. That's her uncle. That's her uncle. Her half uncle.
That is her uncle. Yeah, her half uncle. But
Yeah,
they're Valerian.
yeah. Valyria and Targaryen. They do what they do.
Targaryen, whatever. That's like a distant relative to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it works. That's interesting.
So yeah, but I really like these two as actors. Like I really like them together,
Yeah,
and I really like that. You know, they're showing like Alan like opening up to her, and that she is like opening up to him, so to speak.
yeah,
Um, and then we see Adam, and Adam is out there looking for Corlys. He's
yeah.
not with the other dragon seeds. We'll talk about them in a minute, but um,
We never knew about. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute. But like you go back to what you're saying, I feel like yeah, they were intentional to show those two, I guess, together. Now that you mentioned that, I think they were very intentional. And we're probably gonna see more scenes of just Baela and Adam, Alan
yeah, I
together,
would imagine we will probably.
just so they can build off on that.
Right. So Adam finds Corlys. Corlys is laying on the rocks, but he's got his blonde hair. It's a Valerian advantage, I guess.
There you go.
And so now you have the four of them. This family, this new family,
Yeah. No
right?
Raina, by the way. No Raina.
No, with no Reyna.
The black sheep of the family. And then you got sheep stick. No, Lord, she didn't get the call. I don't know why.
Yeah. They left her on red.
Lord. Oh man, that ain't right. You ain't right. You ain't right.
So, Corlys is this line about like, if this be victory, I don't want to see it again.
No,
As
yeah.
as Driftmark and High Tide is in the background burning. Still burning.
Yeah.
Remember we said that about last week's episode, how they kept stuff like in the background so you could see it, and that like kind of informs your shot. This is like literally High Tide is in the background on fire, smoke coming off it when he says that.
I love
And
how he makes a joke like how he made a joke like that. I don't know.
I don't know if it's really a joke. I think he means it at this point, I think
Yeah.
like what we said with Rhaenyra, like he's counting the cost and wondering like is because it's not just the castle, it's not just High Tide, it's also Spicetown is destroyed. They showed that.
Yeah.
The whole island has been ravaged.
I feel like
People live there. His people live there.
yeah. His people, yeah, I agree. And she did her thing when she took that place out. She hit him in the heart. It's just go as we're talking about this, it just keeps on reminding me the overall themes is that you may have won, but at what cost? And I think we're gonna continue to see this throughout the season. Like, yes, like Rhaenyra, but I don't want to get too far ahead, but yes, these things are happening. Yes, they won the Battle of the Gullet, but at what cost? He lost his grandson Jace. He lost multiple of his men. He lost his legacy home. It's just, I can see what he says. I can see what he means on that.
Right. No, exactly. And Corlys, I mean, if you think about it, think about all the things that Corlys has lost.
Well,
right?
that man lost a
Like you
lot.
said, he lost his son, he lost his wife, he's lost his ship,
His daughter,
his
his brother.
he's lost his daughter. He lost maybe he lost one of his granddaughters. He doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his home. He lost his trophy room. He lost so many people, and it's like, like Baela says at the beginning, like it is won, but like, what was the cost of winning it?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like this theme in this whole episode. That's like it's a victory, but it's a pyrrhic victory because there's just so much cost to it, so much
So
loss
much.
that goes with winning.
Yeah. It's like at what point I'd rather just not even entertain it or even just lose if it's going to cost this much.
But before we go to the break, we'll end the first part here on a lighter note.
There's a light note,
And that there's a lighter note, and that is our buddy road show, the Laris and Aegon show.
well, that yes. What a hot mess. I feel like they're like like you said, the comic relief of this very serious season.
They kind of are, in a way. When Laris is like, "Oh, I'd be surprised if there's anything going on," and he sticks his head out, and he's like, "Okay, I was wrong. I'm surprised."
I am surprised. Oh man.
Because the Tyroshi pirates have made their way inland and are causing a bit of a ruckus. But the one thing I do want to point out is Aegon seems to be getting his mojo back a little bit.
He's definitely getting his mojo back,
right? Because when they're in there, he's like, Laris is like trying to talk to him, like, "Oh, are you not in pain anymore?" It's like, "Of course I'm in pain." It's like, "Well, you're not asking for the milk of the poppy anymore because I'm not talking to you."
That's how it works. The silent treatment.
But it's like, that milk of the poppy, that was one of the ways that Laris was keeping Aegon under control, right? If you keep him doped up.
Yeah.
So Aegon is like kind of getting a little clearer in his head. And then, they have the fight with the pirates, and man, Aegon was vicious with that guy, with that guard.
I know. He was brutal.
But we've seen Aegon fight like that before.
Well, maybe the first season, right?
Yeah, the training yards and stuff like that. He could be very vicious, but this was really vicious. And then when Laris is like, "Okay, we're gonna go to Duskendale," and he's like, "No, we're gonna Roose Rest." It's like, because that's where my dragon is. It's like, I'm in command. I'm in charge now. I'm back.
Well, boy. And how do I don't want to spoil no things, but I know I did see like those trailers, like HBO trailers. You do see a scene of Spoiler alert, you guys. It's minor. Of Aegon like consoling a dragon. I'm assuming that's Sunfire,
yeah.
So I'm sure definitely gonna see him being reunited with that dragon. I don't know what's gonna happen afterwards with that. I don't even know. It's just very interesting because either he can go and reclaim his title and fight Rhaenyra, or he's gonna probably do. I feel like he's filming with revenge, and he himself is gonna go after Aemon because he made that comment in the last episode that him and Aemon got some unfinished business, Kill Bill style.
100%. All right, and then of course there's Corlys, right, who says to Alyn, I have nothing to give but my name, which is all Alyn wanted.
Yeah, he said that's worth more than a mountain of gold.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie. I was watching with my mom. We looked at each other. during that split second after he said that, we was like, I don't know, I don't think he's gonna accept it because this whole life. But when he made that comment, he was like, oh, okay, huh?
No, I think that's all he's ever wanted was just to be acknowledged by his father.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of weird, parallel to, I think, like Alice and Daemon, where she's just like, this is all I've ever wanted, and you're going to try to buy me off. And Alyn is going, well, this is what I wanted, and it's, no amount of money would be worth this. And Alice is basically saying the same thing, right?
Yeah.
No amount of rubies would be worth what I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't buy me off. And Alyn is kind of just saying the same thing, like, this is the only prize that I want.
Yeah.
I think it was really just a really kind of nice moment, for all of them.
It was. We needed that. We needed a moment like that because this has been nothing but despair, man. This season, 2 episodes in, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's interesting though. You have these side characters who are so mysterious and vague. Like you got Larry Strong. I don't fully know what his full intentions are. Then you got Alex Rivers. I don't know what her full intentions are. Even the master whispers. What's her name? Mesa. What's her name?
Which one are we talking about? Laris is the master whispers.
You said Varys, right? The version.
Oh, in Game of Thrones?
Not in Game of Thrones. In House of the Dragon. The homegirl.
Oh, Massaria?
Is that her name?
The one who's with Rhaenyra?
And also Daemon. And Daemon.
Yeah.
Yes.
The white worm?
That's her, the white worm. Yeah. Like even she, I feel like she has something, a secret agenda. I feel like all these characters I mentioned have some type of secret agenda that I just don't know. Like, I can't fully put my trust on any of them.
Right. No, I know what you're saying. It seems like it seems like, yeah, you don't know who to trust, who's running their own agenda. It's like is Daemon being sincere at this point?
My mom said the same thing. I thought he was ever since I told her, well, ever since he had that vision, I feel like
Right.
he's been 100% like that, like 100% team Rhaenyra. Ever since he had,
And I think he is genuine, but given his history, it's hard to know for sure.
Yeah. And even I'm jumping back. People think I'm crazy, but I'm going to jump onto your side a little bit. And even where to see the relationship that he has with the glow coats because he created them. I mean, if he wanted people to stand up for him, he does have some people even in the King's Landing. So that's interesting.
He really does. Speaking of the gold cloaks in the City Watch,
we're gonna go there.
We saw a few of them without their cloaks.
Where?
When Alicent went to the bathhouse.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for that House of the Dragon. It's very awkward to watch any type of nudity with your parents. I'm just saying that. But let me just say that right now. It's just it's those moments. So yeah, that was wild. So what happened? That was with Allison. Yeah, of course, Allison will be the one to be in that type of situation.
Well, she's the one who's got to put it together. At least that's the way like they're painting it. So this didn't happen in the book. It wasn't in the book. It wasn't Alicent who put all this together. It was the City Watch itself who decided to open the gates. So
Yeah.
it was Sir Luther and his guys who decided because of Daemon that they were going to open up the gates and
I think in
allow
the
Rhaenyra and Daemon in.
conversation, like in that conversation, she was all like was it him who was saying like what you say is kind of like treason, and she's like, well, all depends on who I'm talking to, son. That was him,
Right,
right?
on how you feel about it, yeah.
Rhaenyra is returning.
How come you by this knowledge?
In the Prince Regent's absence, Queen Helena holds the authority of the city. She intends, in the interest of peace, to allow Rhaenyra to enter the Red Keep and to then take the throne.
Some would call that treason.
Some would. The question is, would you?
Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense to me now. Okay, that makes some sense.
Right. So, but you know, this show, the way the narrative of this show is, it's making it very like Rhaenyra and Alicent centric, which is fine.
Yeah, very much.
So it's it's just a little bit of a twist, and that she goes in there and probably to either catch him off guard or to catch him where like maybe people aren't paying attention to him. Although, I mean, the queen walking into a bathhouse probably is going to get a lot of attention. But
Oh yeah, that's gonna be talk of the town.
And then and then she goes and she takes Helena and goes to talk to the guys on the guard towers and with the with the catapults, and basically starts putting all the pieces in place. And
She sure did.
I like the way, and that was Sir Frederick, right? I like the way that she like kind of couched it with him. It was like, look, they're coming. Aemon's not here. They have dragons. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna try to fight them and burn with the rest of the city, or are you gonna, let them in and hope for peace? And
yes.
and when you kind of put it that way, it's kind of like, okay, that kind of makes
But
sense.
I kind of like living, like I kind of like not being burnt alive.
Burning's bad,
Burning's bad.
living's good.
Yeah, I see how.
And if I fight them, I'm gonna die. And if I don't fight them, maybe I'll only maybe die. And
yeah, better than 100% dying by dragon fire, for sure.
Not a good way to go, I would think.
And of course, they have to be respectful of the Queen Helena's orders. She wishes that no dragons be hurt.
No creatures be hurt.
No creatures be hurt.
In the making of this surrender.
Oh, I love her. She definitely is one of my favorite characters. She was all like, well, she said, she said to Allison, and Allison's growing on me too, by the way. I hate to say that, man. That's what I hate about these shows. The people that you want to hate, they grow on you. So you kind of root for everybody. This can't be, but she would say to Helen, don't you remember how you was talking about if there could be a life without you being a queen? And her answer to that was, oh, maybe I can farm some chickens or...
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really figured Helena out yet, but
protect her at all costs. Protect her at all costs.
Yeah, the trailer for the rest of the season's got me kind of worried because there's some clips of Helena in there that I wasn't looking forward to seeing.
Stop, Mike! I gotta stop you. You don't play like that. Don't even speak that into existence. I promise you right now. If anything crazy happens to my girl Elena, I will rage quit this show. I will not. You have to find another co-host for this because I won't be watching no more. They can't do this to me, man. They cannot. I'm hoping that she dies a natural long death, like a long life and natural death. You know what I mean? I don't want her to see her. Oh man, Mike. Okay, let me stop.
All right, moving on.
Thank you.
So Daemon makes his way back to Dragonstone, and Ulf goes in to give him a bro hug, and Daemon was not having that.
He was not having that. But you know what, though? Daemon needs to watch it, though, because our eyes are on Ulf. I just know that there's some back stabbing gonna happen. It's not no House of Dragons, not no Game of Thrones without a little bit backstabbing. And for him to not give Ulf a bro hug, but rather a pimp smack. I haven't seen a pimp smack that strong. in a long time.
It really was.
I mean, ooh, I felt that, Mike. I don't know about you. I had the 4D experience. I
Yeah,
started
that was a good slap. It really was.
yeah.
So
Oh,
you're putting Ulf down. All right, I'm calling Kalshi.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I think, but you know what though? I think maybe it's like a rabbit trail. Like we think it's gonna be all, but watch it be Hugh. Because nobody's not expecting Hugh to be. I mean, for right now, I feel like Hugh's not gonna be the one to portray any of this. But right now, I definitely think Ulf. I think they're leading. Ulf was talking about how he wants to be not a knight. He wants to be a lord.
Wants to be a
He
lord. He wants a castle.
he wants a castle. He feels invincible because he has a dragon. Like he feels like a lot of this is old and new. I feel like their treatment towards Daemon and him is gonna add fuel to the fire. I feel like that slap that he did was they put that in there for a reason because I feel like he's gonna get a little payback, maybe. That's my opinion. But watch, like I said, though, you can also put a little star with this one. Watch me be wrong and watch me Hugh be the one because it's always the ones that you least expect. I'm just trying to figure out what would be his motives. You know what I mean?
Okay. Can I throw a little fuel on that fire?
Go ahead.
Notice they keep cutting back to Hugh's wife.
I was just gonna say that. Like she was in yesterday's. Oh, Mike. I feel like in that case, then they might hold her hostage. Either they might hold her hostage, the Greens hold her hostage, which is going to propel you to, turn his way, or you know, she has the power of persuading you. She might speak to him and say, "Listen, you're fighting a lost cause for Rhaenyra. You should really be lying to yourself. Now that you have a dragon, nobody can stop you but the Greens." I feel like that would be a horrible thing, and I think that's gonna be a big regret.
So obviously I don't know what they're going to do with these guys. I know what happens in the book, but they've been not really hewing close to the narrative of the book in all cases. So I'm as up in the air with it as you are.
Okay.
In terms of what the future holds for our dragon seeds, and especially these two, because they're another like Laurel and Hardy, these guys. And but you're right, like Hugh seems very serious and very eager to please and very just I'm Mr. Happy to be here. And Ulf is always trying to get his way around something, and which was who he was before.
Yeah.
Living off the story that he was telling.
Oh yeah.
So, but I thought it was pretty fun. Like Daemon come in, and Daemon just he's got no patience for them whatsoever. He's like,
Absolutely.
I don't believe the queen asked for or required your thoughts.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That whole scene was just like, oh man. Like we get it, Damon, you're royalty, you're definitely above them wise, but he was just really laying it down upon them. And in my mind, I feel like this is gonna kind of be a little bit of your undoing, man.
Yeah, but then he sets up with them. He's like, we're gonna go do this. We're gonna go to Queen's Landing. You're gonna go with us. You're gonna watch us from the air. You're not gonna think. You're just gonna. You're not gonna make a decision. You're just gonna do what you're told to do, and then we're gonna go find Vhagar. It's
I'm
like
sure they say that. And that's gonna be a crazy event.
Yeah. And then he goes and then he meets with Mysaria, the White Worm, and these two are got a kind of hate relationship going on.
Well, I don't know what's going on with the both of them.
I think it's she is a person who has just been, she's like Littlefinger, you know what I'm saying? It's
absolutely.
She is just trying to do whatever she can to stay in power, stay relevant, stay out of jail, stay alive. Daemon had her as a prisoner,
and she's
talked her way out of it and into Rhaenyra's confidence.
Yes.
And she doesn't want to lose that now that Daemon's back.
Yeah. Like, did you see that one scene where she says, I trust that you will send for me? And Rhaenyra just gave her that look and a shrug. And then you
Yeah.
watch her face as she's processing that. She's like, ooh. And then
She's
you
like,
got,
am I on the outs? What's
am I
going on
here?
over here?
She's like, come on, we had these moments. It's like you're on a special vacation, you meet that person for a few days. And then at the end of the vacation though, reality kicks in like this is not gonna work.
They're like, or they're just like, yeah, that was vacation. I'm going back home now.
I'm going back home. Like this was fun. We had fun. But like you can't be. You know what? It's true Rhaenyra because she did the same thing to Kristen Cole. Kristen Cole, we had so much fun, but I can't leave me being a queen to sell oranges.
Oranges.
She's doing the same too. So now I'm wondering if the White Worm. I'm just playing around, but if the White Worm is going to be jumping ship to the Greaves after a bitter, broken heart, I can't. But it's so funny though. This is really like a weird situationship, like a triangle between the White Worm, Daemon, and Rhaenyra, because they all
Right.
got it all with each other at some point, and it seems like the White Worm and Daemon are kind of fighting or vying for Rhaenyra's, not so much affection.
I think that's exactly what it is. I think
Yeah.
she realizes that he's back and he's committed to her, and that threatens her.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And he recognizes that too, and he's gonna nip it in the bud.
Yeah, 100%. So then he goes into Rhaenyra with the news that Vhagar has left King's Landing.
Yeah.
And she is, again, like Emma Darcy is just amazing in the scene, and that whole bit with Rhaenyra like on the bed, like completely collapsed, and
she doesn't have the stomach for it.
She doesn't have the stomach for it. Like that was them.
Yeah.
That was not in the script. That was an acting choice that Matt Smith and Emma Darcy came up with, and I think it's brilliant to have her like that, because we've all had people that we care about who've just been devastated by something, and they just have no energy to do something, and it just felt so real. But then when he's like, Vhagar left King's Landing, and she just opens her eye, like, all right, what?
What did you say?
Can you say that again?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, this is really happening. This is going to be real.
Yeah.
And so she's going to get up and she's going to make a decision that she's going to go.
Yeah.
And she tells her guys, her small council, like, I'm going. And they're like, oh, you can't because of this, that. And she's like, I'm done talking to you.
Yep.
I'm going.
I'm out. Enough playtime.
Yeah. And you notice the sword. She's wearing Jace's
sword. I saw that in the after part. That broke me. That broke me, man. I was like, wow, such an honor. That was
like she's going to carry a piece of him with her when she goes.
Yeah, and when she slices up those.
So we're back in King's Landing, and I really hate this. This is another scene that I really hate, and this is Jasper and Alicent. Like why? I don't know why.
What was that all
like
about?
why are they doing like this scene with
We're in
him
2026
trying to do that to her, like,
and it seems honestly prior to the scene I didn't see no type of like any type of tension or attraction.
No, there's not.
There's none of this, so I'm trying to figure out why that happened at all.
I think it was like they were trying to like show the power dynamic, or at least what Jasper perceived the power dynamic to be. I just think it was really clumsy. I think he could have come in, he could have threatened her without it getting to that level.
I
being
agree.
physical with her.
Yeah, he still could have got what he wanted. But yeah, that was such a cool. It very much reminded me, of I think it was season 3 was Game of Thrones with Sansa, where there's a mutiny against the king, and all those poor level people were about to do
Oh
exactly
yeah,
that to stuff.
they get a hold of her.
Yeah, but then the house
Yeah.
getting saved. I was like, this reminded me of this. And shout out to my boy. He's my favorite character, honestly. I think it's Orlis, the master, the maester,
Orwell.
Orwell. I
That
love
talk about a survivor.
he is a survivor, man.
He's
I
like,
think
well, you kill me, but I may have something better for you,
he sure
buddy.
is. He threw his comrade. Oh, that's some true Game of Thrones stuff right there. He threw him under the bus like it was no tomorrow. He said,
Yeah,
"Listen,
but he comes in and he knows how to play the game. He comes in and he's like, look, I don't know what she's up to, but I know what you were up to.
yeah, I have eyes, and my eyes saw what they saw."
Yeah,
I was like, "Thank God." It's so crazy though because if you, I think he saved his life the previous episode.
he
But
did. He did because Aemon was going to kill him,
oh, absolutely.
and Jasper came in and was like, no, it wasn't him, and so Aemon let him go, and then now he is not returning the favor.
Yeah, he says, "Yeah, and I know you saved my life and all, but you can't be doing that, bro." You just,
That's the queen. That's the dowager queen. You can't be
and
doing
that's
that.
the queen consort, whatever.
But I was sitting there um, like they're making an awful lot of noise and she's screaming a lot.
Yeah, like where is somebody?
Where's Sir Rickard? Where's the Kingsguard? Like where
Yeah,
are these
does she
people?
not have her own bodyguards even still? Like where is her?
I mean, I know she sent Sir Rickard on a errand, but there should be another dude there, right?
Absolutely, like come on now. Every royalty should have some
This
type
guy
of.
gets to come in and start roughhousing with her, and it takes Orwell to come in.
Yeah, Aura has to be the one. That was wild. Poor Allison. I tell you, man. I feel for her.
It's not gonna, it's not gonna get any better for her.
Don't say that, Mike. Come on, man. Mike, I think you know what? Somebody said they're gonna end the episode. They're gonna literally stop watching after episode 2, so that way it stays in their mind forever that Rhaenyra is the queen of the Seven Kingdoms, and
There
everything
you
that's
go.
good has happened. So I think I might do the same too, man. This might be my last
Just
episode.
just leave it at that.
They're gonna live happily ever after. You know what I mean? She's gonna pardon Queen Allison, let her do what she said she was gonna do. She's gonna be a wonderful queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm happy.
So, but before she's there, we got to get there, and so it's like her and Daemon fighting their way through the Red Keep, and kind of juxtapose that with Aemond fighting his way through Harrenhal, right?
I didn't catch that. That's a very good part. Yes.
Like the both of them, like Aemon and Daemon are like cutting guys down like left, right, and sideways to get to where they want to get to in these ginormous castles.
Yeah.
Obviously Vhagar comes and burns all the rivermen, and
oh my gosh.
hopefully little Lord Oscar survived that.
I hope so too.
Although and the Northmen, although the Northmen are probably on their way somewhere, so hopefully they weren't there. And but Aemon is just going through cutting people down, and Daemon's doing the same thing in the Red Keep, just slicing through people.
Yeah, but you know what though? With Daemon, those guys were willing to risk their lives and fight him. They were willing to take that fight. He comes in there. The guy, Mr. Strong, says himself, he says, "I haven't fought with a sword in so long. I'm not a fighter."
Right. Yeah, Sir Simon.
And then Aemon, being the thug that he is, just
cuts him anyway.
Cuts him anyway. I felt
and then kills his son.
Yeah, both of them. I was kind of glad that one of them got a hit on him, brought him
Yeah.
back down to some reality.
Well, now he's in the hands of Alice.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's gonna be a very interesting. I think a very interesting parallel because also another thing about it, one thing about parallels. Originally David was doing it in season 2 when he went to Harrenhal. He was willing to battle, fight people, but he actually sat down and dined with the strong. Aemon,
Right.
on the other hand, I believe was offered to just sit down and talk and dine, but he chose violence instead.
Right. Well, I know that's where Simon was coming, was to be like, I'm going to appease this guy like I did Daemon. And, Aemon is obviously not in that mindset. He just wants to, kill people and burn people and do whatever.
Yeah, that's he's
But I think it's going to be interesting, him and Al, because how Aemon is with mother figures and
oh
women
yeah.
women speaking into his brain, so to speak. And she's very good at that. And so this should be pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the conversations, looking forward to the visions, looking forward to the dreams. It's gonna be a very good one. I'm really trying to figure out how we're gonna see Aemon coming out of this.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they wind up doing with that.
Yeah, I think so indeed.
But Daemon and Rhaenyra make it to the throne room,
Yes.
and Sir Rickard and his guys are there, and then Sir Luther and the City Watch come in, and they're like, Luther and Daemon are like, they're like, bro,
Yeah.
and poor, you kind of feel bad for Sir Rickard, because he's like holding the line, and then the guys behind him start dropping the swords, and you see the look on his face. He's like, oh, jeez.
You guys. You mother. He's like for that movie's Training Day. You mother. That is
Exactly.
exactly. And they took him away, man. Oh, it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a good ending for him anytime soon, bro.
Yeah. So then, Orwell comes in, and he's, Damon's gonna kill him, and he's like, "Oh, I got something for you," and sends him down to go get Jasper. But then you notice what happened, right? It's like even Orwell didn't know that Otto was down there,
Yeah, that was interesting.
and it was the jailer who's like, Lord Laris left a gift for you if you should come.
I love that.
So Laris had like this plan C going on the whole time, and Laris had like, almost like, how did Laris get Otto? Because Otto was leaving to go back to Old Town.
Right.
So how did Otto wind up in the Black Cell?
That's what I'm wondering too, man. You know what's interesting? I don't know if you caught it. I think it was the last few scenes of season 2. They show a glimpse of him being like the last thing you see of Otto in season 2 is him in the cellar, like in the cell.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
if you
didn't
took a
remember
look,
that.
if you check that portion out, let's show him and he's like dirty and dusted. I was wondering that too, and I wish they would explain that a little bit more.
Well, they probably will at some point, but it's like how did Laris get Otto? And he's down there, and so they bring Otto up, obviously,
Oh,
and dude, that scene was brutal.
that was that not a brutal
Brutal.
scene? And it played with us for a moment because it shows that for a quick second, like she's not able to do it. And even prior to that, Otto, even to the end of his times, was throwing some shade. He says, best get Daemon to do it. I don't want, he's applying like a woman to hack at him. I was like, this
Yeah.
dude is cool. That's why dude, he needs to still die. Like, this dude needs to die. He hasn't changed that one bit. There's no
No.
redemption with him.
Show them you do not waver.
I don't know if I can.
Let Daemon do it. Spare me at least from being hacked at.
No.
But man, that quick 2 seconds.
Otto's always gonna auto.
He's always gonna auto, man. Oh Lord.
And she did hack him.
She hacked him, all right. And that was such a brutal. That was Game of Thrones. Like, I mean, it is such a. That's
and that reminded me, and I think I texted you. That reminded me of like Theon trying to kill Roderick Castle.
Oh man, that was
Winterfell,
so
like having to like hack at his neck for like 4 or 5 times.
2 times before it finally came off.
Yeah,
man, I felt bad. And then he's such a he's like that little devil on your shoulder, man. He says the people are watching. You need to do this, otherwise they're not going to see you as the queen that you're supposed to be.
right.
So
And he says, at this moment, you become the queen.
Yes. And I felt so bad because this originally was not the plan that she had with Alicent. I think she'd been more than happy to have done. I mean, I think she was still happy to do it with Otto, but I think she'd been more than happy to do it with the.
Well, she knew she had to do it with somebody.
Yes.
Right. Because she told Alicent like if I come to King's Landing, I need a head, and she was thinking it was going to be Aegon.
Right. Absolutely.
But Aegon was gone, so he's the next best. He was Aegon's hand, so
yeah.
As far as she knows,
yeah,
because she probably doesn't know that he was fired.
The
whole machinations that went on, and then Alicent and Helena come in, and so one of the things I read is that Olivia Cook said that at that moment, Alicent did not know that her father was a prisoner.
Really?
She thought his father was in Old Town or was with her brother or was with her uncle, out fighting in the Riverlands or something like that. And so when she saw this, she said that Alicent's thought process right now is that Rhaenyra had Otto the whole time and brought him to King's Landing to do this to make a political statement. So Alicent is thinking she's been betrayed.
Oh, absolutely. I love that was pure lore of House of the Dragon. Just that final scene of her coming back in there, seeing her father's corpse, and then looking up at Rhaenyra on the Iron Throne, and Rhaenyra full of tears, fully with emotion.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm sorry if you talked about it, but just seeing that portion of Otto's blood, the reflection of Rhaenyra climbing up to
that was a great shot. Seeing her climb the steps in the reflection of Otto's blood, seeing her walk through Otto's blood and leave the bloody footprints behind. Like that was really such a great shot.
That was probably one of my top 3 favorite scenes in all of the lore of Game of Thrones. It's tied up to the one where the last episode of Game of Thrones with Daenerys is making that march, and then you see Drogon's wings right behind her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was really good.
So I'm telling you, I live for moments like that. So I hope we get more moments in this season like that because that was brilliant. It was petty too.
Then we end with Rhaenyra on the throne, not looking particularly comfortable.
She is sitting on a bunch of swords, Mike.
and as legend has it, if you sit on the Iron Throne and it cuts you,
yeah,
then the throne is rejecting you.
Yeah, just her father.
I'm wondering if we're going to see next week like any blood or anything that she leaves behind.
That's going to be very interesting. I'm very curious to see how the next episode's gonna be. I heard from reports that typically next episode's supposed to be first of all the season episode 1 of season 3. But we're not gonna talk about that. But I heard it's gonna be a very standoff episode, and that's not a bad thing. They say that's a good thing. They say it's gonna be very character specific with Rhaenyra and her, I guess, processing a lot. So still processing the loss of her children, but also processing the gain of the Iron Throne, but also at what cost. So they say that it's going to be like a standout episode. So I'm very interested in that, and just to break that down with you.
100%. Looking forward to it. So we're going to wrap it up for this week, and we are going to catch you again next week. I saw that trailer. There's some shady stuff happening.
Oh boy. Let me go watch this trailer now.
And all right, so peace out, and we will catch you next week.
See you later, y'all.